Hello everyone, welcome back to Tabletop and Hobby Stop. In celebration of Maladum being on Kickstarter finally, we are going to be playing some Core Space Firstborn. We're actually going to be starting out with Scenario 1 from the Core box today. And this video is going to be a little bit longer. I'm going to do a time lapse in the beginning actually to show all of you guys who might be looking at Maladum or picking up Core Space kind of how it goes building a dungeon. I wanted to include this in the beginning. I'm going to have timestamps, so if you guys are already Core Space people, you already know what it's about, or you just don't care, you can go ahead and use those timestamps to skip forward. However, I'll go ahead and get started, and you'll get to see kind of the process of actually setting up a board. Because this is one of the games that does take a little bit longer than most other games to get actually set up, so I thought that was fair that I go ahead and display that on the board now. So we'll be playing mission number 1 from the core rulebook. I think I might make this just go through the campaign with you guys. I don't know yet, but let's get started. Alright, so step number 1, we grab out our book, we look at the scenario here, and you'll see a bunch of different types of lines. They have a key, as it were, on what these lines mean and everything, but we just go ahead and grab our pieces and we start setting up from there. So let's go. After sitting here editing this video, and I actually had the files corrupt, and I had to totally re-edit the video, so that's why this one's way later than I wanted it to be. But the camera setup is not the most dynamic. In the future, I'm going to try to set up more dynamic shots for this so you can get into the action. So I hope you guys look forward to that. And I hope you can stick with it this time through. This is going to be the first game in a series that I plan to do. So look forward to that getting better. And I appreciate you guys sticking with it. All right. Thanks. Alright guys, so that is all of the walls set up. Next we need to do the minion or the drone spawn points, and then also the stasis pods, and lastly all of the furniture and the vents. So I'll go ahead and do another time lapse for that. Be right back with you. That is everything for the terrain and everything. Now we just need to fill some loot boxes, fill these guys, and then we can get started. I know, well, almost. We still have to create the deck, and then we can get started. So once again, I'll probably cut away for this one because I'm going to have my wife come in and fill the loot chest, because that's one of my favorite parts, is not knowing what's going to be in them. So I'll be right back, guys. Alright everybody, as you can tell, that is quite the setup. The last thing I have to do, I had my wife go ahead and sort out some items into those loot boxes, and the last thing I have to do is going to be to place them where they go. So randomly, I'll set that one there, this one over here, this one right in here. They don't make it easy on me. And this last one up over here. Okay, so the starting hostility is going to be 0. That's my tracker right over here. Mission 1, who goes there? The crew are in good humor, already imagining spending their ill-gotten gains. but you're not so sure. You didn't like the way the Galactic Corps stood back and watched as you entered Firstborn space, grinning like sharks as little fish swam by. Very little was known about Firstborn, other than that they seemed ancient and powerful, and not keen on intruders, but they were also sitting on valuable technology and minerals, all there for the swiping. However, the Firstborn are coming out of a long slumber and aren't yet organized. Hopefully, you can go in quietly and avoid trouble. You carefully pilot your ship to the quietest looking asteroid you can find. There are no signs of life. With luck, it'll stay that way. Spoiler alert, it doesn't. Primary objective, alien riches. It's early days in the latest adventure, and you haven't yet found a higher purpose, although you're sure one will find you soon enough. In the meantime, stick to what you know and salvage whatever unearthly valuables you can from this temple before the time comes to leave. Pretty straightforward. We're going in salvaging. Secondary bragging rights. The Firstborn aren't only threats inside these asteroids. As you are learning very quickly, the enormous worms living inside the rock remind you of horror stories of old, and taking one down would be a story to tell for many years to come. The first trader to defeat a rockworm in this mission gains an additional career point after the game. Okay. Maximum starting crew is 3. I'm going to be using Cassie, Wade, and Balcor. Just because I like them, and Hopper isn't quite useful yet. I made a couple of purchases. Basically, the suggested purchases. I still need to get my stim packs from that purchase. I'll do that here in a minute. But the suggested purchases that they have listed in the rule book just to get you started. And then we are all set to begin our adventure here. Turn 1, we have first the hostility phase. So, Black Peg into the hostility tracker, which means because we have a little drone here, one of these drones are going to be arriving later on, but we also need to draw our first event card of the game. We'll set those right here. Patrol, feeling lucky, choose a trader and add a skill peg to their dashboard. This may take them over their maximum. Well, I think that is pretty much perfect for us to start. I will go ahead and add that one to Wade's dashboard since he has the least amount of skill pegs. Now we go on to the trader phase. Now, movement in the first core space was using the movement tools, the measuring tools. You still can do that. They gave us these cool clear ones. Or the standard for core space now is to use the grid. So even though I prefer the movement tools, because I'm going to be doing this for YouTube, I will go ahead and use the grid. And we will have Wade start us out. And since Wade has on his character card, he has this a little footprint here. We can see that means he gets to move 1 extra space whenever he moves. So instead of the standard 4 squares, I get to move him 5. And what I would like to do with Wade is actually try to get him all the way out over here to begin with, so we can just sprint him out before everything goes wrong, or maybe maybe sprint him out and cause everything to go wrong. But I want him out over here in the back row right away. I will go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, let's go 2, 3, 4, 5, and then a move right there. And let's hope that this thing doesn't light off either. I just realized that. Let's grab Cassie, and I'll actually have her try to get here first. So we'll go 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. And I'm going to go 4 right into the corner here. and then next turn she'll be ready to bust this thing open. For Balcor, I think I want to get him over to this side over here. So we'll go 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4. And that way he is ready to open this up. His next turn, we will move on to the firstborn phase. So we already know that one of these drones are coming in. Now we just have to hope that it's going to be somewhere that is not going to be staring at us. Oh, so that rolled. We have a 2. Next is NPC phase. We do not have an NPC. Then it is the assessment phase. We've got nothing to assess, so we're on to round 2. That was a quick round. I'm going to grab one of these pegs. Boom. An event. We're still in patrol. Jungle Gym. Mark the nearest or entrance or door to a trader with a reminder counter. It has overgrown with vines. Characters must interact with the wall panel to clear the vines before it can be used. So Balcor is hemmed in here. Let me grab a reminder token and just set that right there. Trader phase. I am going to take an action to bust this thing open. Going with Cassie first. Looks like we have shard fins, a Dyson draw. Looks like a grenade of some sort. So we'll see what we can fit on Cassie's board. Probably going to take the fins just for a potential extra move. Maybe I will throw my health pack to the ground. That was her first action. I will then go 1, 2, 3, 4. Effortless action to get right there. Then we will go with Balcor. I'm going to bust this one open. Dyson Dawn, Dyson Vent, and it looks like another consumable. So I can go ahead and take all of those. All right, and then with him, we'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, and then an effortless just to move him a little bit more. I think with Wade, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then an effortless to get me there. Just to get me a little bit further. Firstborn phase. We scan the room. Nobody to be seen. We go to 3 and scan the room. Nobody to be seen from there. No one arrives. We're still safely in the patrol phase. And then we go to NPC phase. Nobody. Assessment phase. We are good. Round number 3. Add another peg. We know another guy's going to be coming on the board this time. So patrol to cleanse. Catastrophic release. If there was a Dyson reactor on the board and it has been destroyed, discard this card and draw another. If all exhausts on the board are active, remove any counters from them and deactivate the exhaust. Otherwise, all exhausts on the board become active if they weren't already. So we have things heated up there. And this is what these do, is they'll actually hurt everything around them. Then shuffle this card back into the top 6 cards of the event deck. See exhaust reference card for details. So we'll grab 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. We'll randomly place that there. Give it a shuffle. So you guys know I'm being honest. Alright, now on to the trader phase. Let's go on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm going to bust this one open. We got the thing. We got the extra little tiny thing over here. Little fin key thing. A necro flask for healing. A bracer. Ooh, this is a silent weapon. That will be nice to have. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my health pack, much like I did with Cassie. I'm going to throw that on the ground. And then with my effortless action, I'm going to get him out of line of sight and get out of line of sight behind this pillar. I think that is the best option for me right now. Cassie, I want to get away from here, but I also want to loot this box. So I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4 to here. I'm going to grab some loot. Not sure what that does, but it is worth 7. The liege ring is worth 4. I am hunting for value right now, guys. So I'll keep the one that's worth 5, the one that's worth 3, and then this little one that's worth 4. Want to make the money, and I'm going to toss these 2 back in here. And then with my last one, I will effortless behind the pillar. And then lastly, we have Balcor over here. He is wide in the open. So 1, 2, 3, 4. And I think I will go 1, 2, 3. I want to keep this stealthy as long as I can. Now onto the firstborn phase. Once again, oh, that went out, but we have, I'll just re-roll it in here. Woo, we have 6. It is a really good thing. I hid Balcor. 3 now goes over to 4. He does his scan. We are on to the hostility phase once again. So we'll grab our peg. It is the catastrophic release. I did all that shuffling. It went right back on top. Okay. If all exhausts on the board are active, remove any counters from them and deactivate the exhausts. I don't know if you guys can hear that. It is thundering right outside. Let's move on. We have 6 blocking us up over here. We have 4 is about to travel to 5. Balcor is basically trapped there for this turn, I think. And Wade is not doing much better. I think Cassie is just about the only one who can go for now. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And I will do an effortless to get her there so that she can effortless next turn get here, destroy the tank, search it. Balcor and Wade are just going to search the rooms, which means I dig into the pouch and I grab out a square token. Ooh, here we go. We got a Dyson vent for Balcor. For Wade, a fibule, which is worth 2 points of repair on my ship. Gonna have to be the Necro Flash or the fibule. I actually like the long term. The 2 repair on my ship is going to be really nice. So I'm gonna go ahead and keep that one. I'm gonna throw this also right there and decide whether I want to keep this Dyson vent. I think I'm gonna get rid of the pistol and go all money all in for Balcor. So that's where we're at now. Firstborn phase. We take this guy. We scan the area. Nothing. He then goes to 1 and scans. He doesn't see anything. And my 4 goes to 5. He scans and does not see anything. Turn 5, guys. Things are starting to heat up. We're going to have to start making moves quick here. And let's see what the event card is. Increase patrols. Activate all rank 1 to 2 firstborn in play that do not have line of sight to a traitor. The knowledge die is not used and will still be used in the firstborn phase. Okay, so what this means is that this 1 will activate and go to 2. This 5 will activate and go to 6. That is... Okay, so let's activate with Wade here. What I'm going to do to avoid this pickle that I'm kind of in right here, I just got this silent weapon that at medium range, so there's my medium range, is silent. So if I take out one of these drones, the chart is a little bit ambiguous on this. It says if any weapon is fired that doesn't have the silent key, but also if the drone takes the attack of any type, then it'll go on alert. So how I play it, this is my own personal house rule. If it has the silent key and you manage to kill the drone, then you're safe. You're still silent. But if the drone lives, all the alarm bells go off. So we'll go ahead and see how this goes. That's just how I play it, guys. Maybe there's an official ruling. Maybe I'm wrong. But we'll go ahead and check that out. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 gets me into that line of sight. And I will be rolling 3 dice. So 1 blue, 2 red. That is just 1 hit. The drones have 1 armor. Alright guys, since I only got the 1 hit, everything has gone terribly wrong. The drones are now alerted. Now move the hostility up to inspection. We are now to the point where the firstborn can begin to come in. Drones will attack me. So what I am going to do, Wade needs to finish his turn out, and I don't think it's going to be anything too crazy. I think he's just going to take another step over so that I can get to that last pod and deal with it before anyone decides they're going to come out of it. What I am going to do with Cassie is I'm going to take a step to the side here, and I am going to make an attack. Within short range, it is going to be a 2 dice attack. And it is going to be 2 hits. So with those 2 hits, I take out this drone. I am going to search and essentially destroy this potential spawn. We have a liege ring and an artifact. I'm going to grab the liege ring. I'm actually going to toss the artifact as well. I don't think I'm going to keep the artifact. With Balcor, let's see what I can do with him. 1, 2, 3, 4. Effortless action. And then we're going to make our melee attack against this drone. And that is as good as you can roll, guys, as you can see over here. I got 4. So this drone is definitely kablamoed. That is my turn. Every time now we're going to be seeing if one of these guys arrive. And then also we know that a drone is going to arrive. So we will head right on over to the next turn. We'll see you there. Alright, let's see if first off, we'll see where the drone arrives. That is going to be at 2. So basically right where Cassie just took one out. And then we will see about the firstborn here. And that is none of them. So we're still sitting all right. The drone is going to go right away. The drone is just going to stay there. He is going to make a ranged assault attack against Cassie. That is going to be a 2-die attack. Cassie has 1 armor. Doesn't matter because the drone whiffed it on both of them. NPC phase, still no NPCs. Now we are going to move over into the assessment phase. Nothing to assess, and I actually forgot to add 1 peg for that shot that Cassie took. And then we are into hostility phase. Turn 7, guys. Things are heating up. Fascinating artifacts. Strange object. There it is. It was always there on the floor right in front of your eyes. You pick it up and you are immediately overcome by intoxicating visions. Multiple possible futures dance across your mind's eyes. Keep this card and discard it during any of your trader's turns. That trader uses one of their actions this turn to communicate the strange visions to the rest of the crew. After doing so, for the rest of the round, all traders in your crew may re-roll up to 2 dice on an assault action. I'm just going to go ahead and right away activate with Cassie. I'm going to take my 2 dice attack. Actually, I can take a 4 dice attack. Do I want to? I will do a 2 dice attack and just make it so that drone once again kablamoed. We will then move 1, 2, 3, 4 and an effortless action and just start skating out of here, guys. I don't see any reason to stick around any longer. Keep this rolling. I'm going to go over to Balcor. I'll meet up with Wade. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and an effortless action. And I think with Wade, we might as well do much the same thing. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and an effortless action. And that is my turn, guys. So we're basically just booking it for the door. This is the first mission. I don't see any reason to stick around any longer. Now we go the firstborn phase. We get 1 drone at 5. So right behind Balcor. 1 liege at 2. Let's go ahead and activate the drone. The drone, just to make sure it has line of sight, is going to scoot over 1. Is going to make a 2 dice attack at Balcor. And it fails both of them. I'm getting really lucky on these rolls, guys. The firstborn over here, according to the rules, he is just going to run straight in and go to attack Cassie. However, I'm going to use one of Cassie's special abilities. And what that is evade. Reaction. When an enemy engages you, move, ignoring attacks of opportunity. Now, for the move, I'm going to assume that it's a full move because it doesn't say take an effortless action. So I will go 1, 2, 3, and 4 to here. That is going to be the firstborn phase. Add that peg. I forgot to add that again for Cassie shooting. We're climbing through the ranks fast now, and we are going to do an event card. Patrol to cleanse. Premonition. You find what appears to be a small transparent globe, but on close inspection you are bombarded with multiple visions of the future. Mark one of your traders with a reminder counter. They spend time reflecting on their vision, and they lose an action this round. Keep this card and discard it during any future hostility phase after drawing an event card to place the event card back onto the deck without resolving it. If anyone can afford to lose an action, it's going to be Wade. So I will go ahead and mark Wade. Let's move on through. So do I want to attack with Cassie? Absolutely I do. So I will attack with Cassie before this guy is able to catch up and do any more trouble. I've been forgetting to count her ammo here. I'll move that one over there. We will go ahead and roll Cassie's attack. 1. That is not good enough. Because I have this weapons expert, as a passive ability, I have weapons expert level 2. As a passive ability, it is an effortless action to fire Cassie's pistol. I have not been taking advantage of that, so I will actually go ahead and take advantage of that now and do a second shot at this guy to try to take him out. That did not work. So I guess I will just take my L and go 1, 2, 3, 4. I'll go 4 right there. I'll be happy with that for now, I suppose. With Balcor, I will go ahead and just run 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then effortless for a 9. And then Wade, he has 1 less action this turn, but he does have that increased movement. I will do much the same thing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and an effortless. And we're just trying to get out of here, guys. Firstborn phase. So, firstborn, we will do 1 drone at 5. So he comes down right there. I forgot this one. This one will be moving in a minute here. 1 arrives at 1. That's not ideal. Let's resolve. He will go 1, 2, 3. Still not in line of sight, so he'll take a second. 1, 2, 3. And he'll go 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, and he can't quite go anymore, so I'll get him in line of sight 3. This guy, since he's closest, will head right into Cassie. I will spend much like the last time, spend that and go 1, 2, 3, 4. And he will be able to take a second, or I don't know if they take a second action if you move away, but I'm going to play it that way. I know I didn't do it last time, but I think it's only fair. I forgot. I will go 1, 2, 3, 4, and that will allow him to make an attack, a 2-dice attack. So that's hits for 2. Mark the target with a fear counter. So we get a fear counter. They're around here somewhere, but for now I'll just use that. And then that is 2, so she loses 1 health. And this guy is gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So they move 3. Actually, this guy shouldn't have been able to attack that second time. But we'll leave it alone. We'll leave it alone. Just because I think smart-wise he would have gone there. So we'll leave it. Alright guys, things are really heating up here. Let's go ahead. We are 1 away from being in the aware phase. Now we look at threat eradication. We are in inspection. So react. The nearest drone to a traitor makes a ranged assault against that traitor if possible. So, 2 dice against Balcor. Oh, that one. There's where all the luck went, guys. So, overloads my shield and still costs me 2 health. So, good thing we're going to be jumping out of here this turn. I know that I can get out with Wade if I use this, so I will go ahead and make a... He is in short range, so I'm going to make a 2-dice attack because that's what both my things are here. So 2 dice. So I'm going to use my event card to re-roll up to 2 die on assaults, and that's for everyone this round. That will do it. That is 3 hits to this guy. He is down. Cassie will be able to get out of here, so I think Wayne is okay to just book it onto the ship, and he is safely in his in the ship. He is off the board. I think Cassie, I'm going to use that effortless action, and she is going to make a medium range attack. Yeah, she'll make a medium range attack on the guy right there. Just see if we get lucky. We do not. And then she will go ahead and get off the board. And then Balcor, yeah, why not? Balcor is going to go ahead and search the room. It is a matter shifter. What are these worth? This one's only worth 3, so I'm going to go ahead and do that matter shifter on the way out. And he is now going to get off the board. I hope you guys enjoyed that first scenario of the Core Space Firstborn. This is the solo experience compared to Core Space, which is more of a 2-player experience. You can play this one co-op, but we're going to run this one through solo for the series. I want to go through all of the main book series if I can survive through, that is. This first mission was more of a tutorial. It's a little bit slower. It's a little bit safer. They just want to get you used to the mechanics. There's also a mission before this that they have set up to help you with the mechanics. But this one, they really start you slow. I forgot a few things that I noticed throughout the video, so I apologize. I'll try to do better with that in the future. But if you guys noticed anything else that I missed, anything that you have questions on, anything like that, go ahead and leave some comments down below. Like, subscribe if you think I earned it. And I appreciate your guys' time. In the future, I'm going to try to cut out all of the dead space in between. I'm going to try to cut out the setup. I'm going to try to cut out a lot of the stuff that takes time in this game that isn't as big of a deal when you're not filming it for YouTube. And I will catch you in the next one.